Hello StarCraft fans, this is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. This is between MCanning and puCK on Ruins of Seras. This was found on LOTV.spawningtool.com. You too can find replays at that address. And let's get right on into it. In the bottom left side of Ruins of Seras, we have the red Protoss player. It is Flipsid3 Tactics MCanning. And in the bottom right side of the map, we have the blue Protoss player, also from Flipsid3 Tactics. It is puCK. So puCK versus MCanning here on Ruins of Seras, our weekly PvP with some big names. Actually, MCanning considered one of the better foreigners, at least according to Liquidpedia. At least he plays a lot, and he is a pretty high level. I'm not sure he actually has very much tournament success, but hey, who among us does? Alright, so puCK here, blue, MCanning, red. puCK has the trophy, which means he has, I guess, an advantage in this matchup. I would say puCK, it might be a little bit of the better player here, just considering the history of these two guys, but we'll have to wait and see. It's a pylon expand here for puCK. Meanwhile, MCanning going for a double assimilator into gateway, into another gateway, double gateway attack here, possibly for two stalkers on the way to come kill puCK stuff. puCK going for the Nexus first, might be a bit under siege here, depending on how things go. There's a gateway of his own. It is definitely on the way. He's scouting north, which will not help him see this aggression coming out of MCanning. Will puCK be able to hang on blind? Excellent, excellent scout for MCanning on the other side of the map, going exactly where puCK is. He will see the timing on the Nexus. This might actually scare him a little bit. Seeing your opponent has an expansion up way before you have even thought about going for an expansion can be a pretty scary experience. So we'll see. We'll see if MCanning can do something here to really knock puCK off his game. Coming right on in, trying to squeeze through that gap, can't quite do it. The gateway's a little bit too close to the Nexus. Actually, it looks like their circles overlap each other just a little bit, so that makes sense. And heading back on out again. MCanning says, alright, I saw everything I need to know. I'm going to go ahead and make, here we go, Adepts. So double Adept here with one being Chrono Boost. I'm going to go out and try to put the hurt on puCK. Can he do it? Can he not? That's why we're here, because we don't know what the answer is. Finally, puCK is scouting to the correct location. I think he knows based on how the timing on MCanning's puCK that MCanning is in the bottom left. Didn't even bother with the top left side. And says, okay, puCK says there is no Nexus here. Oh shoot, it is a double gateway production. Here come the Adepts. Run, probe, run. No, gets exploded instead. And the Adepts use their psionic transferability to get on out of there. For those of you who have not seen Adepts, here they are. Adept, new unit in Legacy of the Void, 70 shield, 80 hit points, comes with 1 armor, and naturally does 10 damage with the glaive cannon, 23 versus light, really good for killing workers and things like zerglings and marines, and just really fantastic that way. Has this psionic transferability, projects an invulnerable shade that can move but cannot attack, also has sight. After 7 seconds, the Adept teleports to the shade's location, cannot go through buildings, but can go ahead and actually shade through units like this, kind of going right through those stalkers. So stalkers do very well against Adepts. They have longer range than they do, and so they also don't take extra damage from that glaive cannon because, look, stalkers are considered armored mechanical. Now they're going to chase these Adepts down because they are faster. Okay, maybe not with psionic transfer, they're not faster. Let's see, move speed here, 4.13. Move speed is 3.5, but shades are faster than Adept walk speed. Can we see it? Move speed on a shade? No, but look how zippy this is. Zip, 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 zip. And coming right in to kill more workers. Mothership Core trying to knock these guys away. Might Photon Overcharge if at all possible here, but actually taking down a couple probes. Photon Overcharge taking out one Adept immediately. The other one trying to get a couple probe kills, gets a little bit greedy. Will end up dying here as well. And does it live? Oh my gosh, it lives. The Stalker is somehow actually getting distracted up here by another Adept that made it up. And an Oracle on the way from MCanning. Holy smokes. A lot of harassment coming out of here right now from our red Protoss player. The Adept sneaking back up and again, hoping that puCK does not see it, but no, canceling. She's going to go home. The Oracle needs to move in. If you have an Oracle MCanning, you got to use it, man. Get in there, kill some workers. It is 28 to 32 harvesters. puCK's not actually as ahead as you would think, but again, having lost a bunch, that makes a bit of sense. So here comes Mr. Oracle, or Mrs. Oracle, rather. Sneaking on in, and there are 2 stalkers here, but the Oracle can kill a few workers before the stalkers kill them. And going after more and more of these workers, but down to 70 hit points. Gonna sneak back in anyway, try to kill another worker, not quite able to do it, and gonna skedaddle on out of there. Resources lost, workers killed, 8 total by MCanning. So not a bad number, not the best number in the whole world, but also pretty darn okay. MCanning with Blink being research puCK getting Adepts of his own, and 2 more gateways. Not really looking to expand right now, more for the 2-base type play that is fairly standard here in PvP, at least in the early game. And there's that Stargate that gave us the Oracle. So it's going to be some Adept on Adept violence here, which is always kind of fun to see. Throwing down a pylon inside that mineral line just for photon overcharges that are necessary to deal with any Adept harass or Oracle harass. What is this guy? Ah, threw down a Revelation. There it is, Oracle throwing down this Revelation. It causes enemy units and structures within the target area to grant vision for 43 seconds. Reveals cloaked or burrowed units and structures. Twilight Council on the way here for our friend puCK. No such thing. Nope, just kidding. There's Blink. MCanning does have a Twilight Council up there. Observer, heading on out. Stalkers, zapping things down. Going to try to take out these Adepts sitting at the front door. Come here, Adepts. Come at me, bro. Say the Stalker is going to try to kill them. Some good micro, and one does end up falling. Nicely done. See how the Stalkers are faster as long as they're not Sonic transferring away. Boop. Sonic transfers away. Gets back here. An Oracle trying to kill. And are these light? Yeah, sentries are light. That's a problem. Look out, sentry live. Oh no, the sentry dies and the Adept dies at the same time. Pretty big setup here by MCanning using a stasis ward. Oh, using stasis wards. I'm so happy. Right here, stasis ward places a cloaked stasis ward at the target location. Once activated, the warp traps nearby units in stasis for 21 seconds. They cannot attack or be attacked. Or take damage, I suppose is what it is. Blinking up here, though. Stalker count looking good for MCanning. Trying to take down some pylons. Just for photon overcharge, not available. There it is. 1 photon overcharge getting out of the range of there. An immortal here, too. Back on out, MCanning. This is not your fight. There we go. Blinking on down. Stasis ward again right here on the front door. This is cloaked, and so puCK can't see it unless he has an observer. And I think, does he have an observer? Yeah, he actually has 2 of them. So he should be able to see that. Stalkers can outrange this fairly easily. Adept comes in, used for scouting often as well. You can see that. You can just cancel the actual transfer, send the shade up. I call it the Adept fake out. Sonic transfer fake out. Another Revelation there by the Oracle, allowing MCanning to see exactly what is going on at the top of this ramp. puCK is up 93 to 80 total supply, so looking good on that count. Harvester count 46 to 43 though, and there's the stasis, only catching a single Stalker. Oh, that's not the best stasis ward I've ever seen. Guardian Shield comes up to kill an Adept here. Adept does kill the probe, but the probe gets the pylon up first. And the Nexus is definitely on the way here. 3rd Nexus on the way for MCanning too. Timing on these is fairly similar. What is that? 200, 100? Yeah, I mean, puCK is a little bit faster, but not by much. So MCanning hanging in. Overall supply seems a little bit low. And Immortal count definitely is going to favor puCK here. 3 to a number of 0. MCanning has basically Stalkers, which is not really that good of an omen when you're going against Immortals, just because Immortals do so much damage against armored units here. Where is it? That 50 versus armored. Yeah, not good at all for our Red Protoss player. Here come the Stalkers. puCK feels it. He can smell it in the air. Oh, forcing a cancel on that Nexus. Not good at all here for MCanning. Pylons getting taken down as well. Leaving the probe to live, because guess what? Adept back here with 0 kills. Oh, okay. puCK says, never mind, I was going to go home and deal with that. But it was a single Adept. Don't really have to worry about that too much. This probe is just hanging on out. MCanning says, maybe if I hold still, they won't notice me. Maybe they're like Tyrannosaurus Rexes. Are Stalkers like T-Rexes? A Disruptor is out for MCanning, though. That's going to be useful. Disruptor, Purification Nova, bam. So Disruptors, I haven't seen these guys before. They do not have basic attacks, but they shoot out these Purification Novas that shoot a ball of energy that lasts 2 seconds and emits a powerful Nova, dealing 145 splash damage and an additional 55 shield damage to nearby ground units and structures. The Disruptor is immobile while this is active. So it's going to be Stalker Immortal versus Stalker Disruptor. A lot of Immortals, though. We'll have to see how this works out. Disruptor is especially good in PvP because of that extra damage to shield, 55, which means they one-shot Stalkers, which means they hit Immortals pretty darn hard, too. 300 damage here, or 300 hit points. Basically, 2 Disruptors can take these guys down, no problem. Bit of a Blink Stalker harassment micro here. Just a skirmish on the outskirts of this side of the map. And again, it's just going to be, do the Purification Novas hit for MCanning or not? And puCK's going to try to make something happen here. Going to try to snipe down the Disruptor, and yes, does kill the Disruptor. If the Disruptor dies before the Purification Nova explodes, it cancels the Nova. So keep that in mind if you're playing against these things. Blinking forward and killing a Disruptor can really help you a lot. puCK, oh, puCK had his own Disruptor out here. Almost got spotted by MCanning. Did manage to get back to the safety of the Stalker Immortal ball before it was picked off. puCK's getting a Dark Shrine. MCanning is actually going to get his 3rd base up here eventually. Holding the Zelnaga Watchtower is MCanning. And puCK heading on back home. 116 to 131 total supply. puCK is ahead and getting more ahead, I'd have to say here. Another big attack here. Purification Nova hitting not much of anything. Warp Prism for MCanning heading up to join the rest of the army. Man, I miss my actual interface in battles like these. Had a tweet come at me last week that said, could you go into the big screen there when you have these disruptor shots going back and forth? And so I'm going to do it. Purification Nova comes in, and there's a miss. And again, it's kind of like tennis here. There goes the tennis ball. Does it get a point? Yes! A score there! Wow, getting a disruptor. They do one-shot disruptors too, which I think I forgot to mention there. And Nova, oh, blinking away at the last second is puCK. That was very close indeed. Nova, blink away. Tried to catch that disruptor, couldn't quite do it. And these are the battles we're going to see here for the next little while. 10 minutes into the game, disruptor dies. Nice forward blink there by puCK. Some really good decision-making there, catching a couple of them. Another big attack. Purification Nova kills not much of anything. A single stalker falls during that blink stalker on blink stalker action. 142 to 141 total supply here. And MCanning actually hanging on. Deciding to retreat just a little bit back to the safety of the Zelnaga watchtower so you can see exactly when puCK is coming on in. All this is stalkers though, and again, one Nova is enough to chase those guys back. You can't really be aggressive with just blink stalkers against disruptors unless you can take down all of these disruptors at once, which you can't. I don't think puCK can do that. Another Nova comes on in, blinking forward though, and Nova's chasing him away. Bam! Huge massacre on top of all those units. Purification Nova at the last second changes direction, does not actually get MCanning stalkers. But see if you can take advantage of the cooldown time on that blink. See here, it is a cooldown time of 7 seconds. If they already blinked once, a Purification Nova is likely to hit the stalkers because Nova is faster than stalkers. Whoa, puCK! No! puCK, what are you doing? Oh, no. puCK loses all of those disruptors. Does get a Nova off, though. Wow, lucky he even got that off, if we're entirely honest. MCanning 148 to 125 total supply. That was a mistake by puCK for sure. He has Immortals, but Purification Nova's coming on and can't chase down Immortals. Oh, hitting that one just barely. Brings it down to about 50% health. Another Nova kills one of the Immortals. Greatly weakens the other ones here. We're going to zoom out for this attack. Purification Nova's trying to hold off as well. Another Nova comes in, kills another Immortal. Looking good, MCanning. Looking good here, if I do say so myself. +2 attack on the way for puCK. Purification Nova does... No, it misses! Oh, no. How did that miss? Amazing micro there by MCanning, making sure that doesn't happen. Another Nova. Can it get off? Nope. Canceled. Canceled in the long run. Another 4th base here for MCanning. A 4th base for puCK. Both players skirmishing. 158 to 118 total supply. I think MCanning is in the lead here. Nova is just forcing the blink stalkers back. Meanwhile, MCanning laying waste to this Nexus. puCK can't even cancel it because it's already completed. There's a DT in here trying to avoid being recognized. Is puCK going for the base race? He's heading that way. It looks like catching reinforcements. Ooh, Disruptor ends up dying there. Moving towards the base here. Revelation being thrown down before the Oracle dies. And heading back to defend. Here is MCanning. He needs to save his base. Gonna take care of these robotic facilities right at the front door. Oh no, MCanning. Losing those robo facilities was not good for you. No more disruptors at all. puCK, meanwhile, making 2 at a time. And can he save this? I mean, the army is just so slow. Come on, MCanning. You can get there. puCK's now sitting inside the main base. Revelation on top of these guys, but it doesn't really matter. They don't care if they're seen. They want to be seen. They are sending a message to MCanning saying, you think you can kill my stuff? Well, I say I will kill your stuff. Blinking on down, getting out of there. puCK not taking too many casualties. DT's on top of this Nexus. Oh no, MCanning gonna lose this Nexus too. Oh, you were in the lead. I think you were in the lead, MCanning, and you might have lost it there. At least lost the lead. I'm not gonna say lost the game, but lost the lead. Let's see. Units killed 59 to 33. 14 workers killed by MCanning compared to 5 for puCK. Blinking on in here again are the blink stalkers. Just trying to kill stuff. Getting the cybernetic core would be nice, but a little bit of a blink forward here by MCanning and trying actually to sandwich them. Photon overcharge here as well. Can the stalkers get out? I don't know if there's anywhere for them to go. They do manage to squeeze out of that corner, but a blink forward and DT's going to be able to kill stuff. Purification Nova trying to kill them, but not quite surgical enough to do it. Where is there an observer? puCK has an observer here. Chrono boosting out an observer desperately is MCanning because he doesn't have one. Luckily, there are cannons. Cannons can spot cloaked things, including Dark Templar. puCK's observer's been sitting here for quite a while. And where is it? There's the observer for MCanning. Going to chase this. puCK's observer will stay alive for the time being. Nope, just kidding. MCanning did take the time to come back and kill it. More DTs, forcing another cancel at a 4th base. Once again here, not even going to cancel off on that pylon. The DTs need to run, though, because Avenging Wrath is on the way. And there is no fury like a Protoss who is scorned. Where's that observer? There it is. Let's see. Resources lost. It looks like MCanning's lost about 9,500 resources. puCK has lost 14,000 resources. That's a lot. That's a lot, puCK. Can you come back and win this thing? I do not know. Disruptor count looking good for puCK, though. That's for sure. Wowee. It is 10-4. Purification Nova's coming on in. Oh, no! Huge hit there to catches 1 Disruptor. I thought it would for sure catch more. Another Nova catching a couple Stalkers, sending their corpses flying on into the air here. Another Nova from puCK. This is how you do it, and then you blink forward and try to pick off the Disruptors of your opponent, and then you do it again. Oracle taking some shots after the revelation is here once again. Nova exploding on not much of anything. Nobody was threatened by that at all. This base now up and running for puCK. He has another Nexus coming up here, and MCanning trying to replant his 4th. Still 168 to 146 total supply. MCanning is ahead on that count. It's 86 to 119. Again, MCanning ahead there, but down 60 to 50 on that Harvester count as more Novas don't do much of anything here for puCK. A big Nova, though, does catch a few Stalkers. Blinking at the last second. Another Nova catches a couple of Stalkers there as well. And Nova's from the top. Oh, MCanning cannot feel good about this. Almost catching that Disruptor. Not quite able to get there. Does catch a Stalker. Just barely getting stuff here. Oracle getting exploded out of the sky. And puCK is just Purification Nova happy, man. Blinking forward, trying to kill those. Actually going directly after the Disruptors, taking a couple shots, but is it enough? No, it is not. The Disruptors are going to die, and puCK says, fine, kill them, but I will kill your Nexus. Is that a fair trade? Needs to head back home. MCanning, save your 4th. Save your 4th. I know sitting here is nice. MCanning thinking about what he wants to do. He's going to be aggressive. Good for you, MCanning. Gonna get on up here. DTs and a Stasis Ward catching a bunch of... Oh no, MCanning, your own tricks used against you. Luckily, there's an observer here for MCanning, but he's going to try to take this base. There are a bunch of cannons, though. Cannons do pretty darn good against Stalkers. And look at this, having to wait for that to time out. And recalling back on home to this Nexus to try to save his 3rd base. If he loses this 3rd, he's in a lot of trouble. And he does manage to shoo away those Stalkers. A depowered robotics facility is here. But MCanning down 118 to 124 total supply. Blinking forward and catching a small group of Stalkers. Blinking out again is puCK. He's going to lose... 2 Stalkers, actually. So 2 end up dead. Again, this is fairly well fortified. This is a lot more cannons than I've seen in a pro level matchup in a long time here. Disruptor count is 3-5 in favor of puCK. Stalker count is 24 to 22 in favor of MCanning. 4th place. Let's try this again. 3rd time the charm for MCanning. He's going to go ahead and make sure this gets planted if it kills him, and it might actually. What are our upgrades doing? +2 attack on the Stalkers there. puCK's also had +2 attack. Nobody getting armor. I'm sure that's for a reason. I just don't actually play PvP, so I'm not sure what that is. I mean, armor must not mitigate the damage enough to be worth it in PvP in these Stalker battles. Else, I think players would actually get it here. No Disruptors from MCanning. No. Okay. Does not get caught, though. Nova comes on in, catches. Oh, a Disruptor. No, blinking forward and... Oh, big explosion, but the Disruptor dies. Purification Nova comes on in. Now the Disruptor count is up to 7-0. puCK has the advantage. Another Stasis Ward being popped on down here for puCK. I don't know how much of an advantage that is. But anyway, the Stalkers can't quite decide what to do here. I think this might be the beginning of the end for MCanning. He's going to go ahead and harass from this high ground and try to kill a bunch of workers. This is pretty darn effective. Actually, what's the answer going to be for puCK? Stasis Wards, more Stasis Wards being popped on down here. And it's going to head on out. puCK says, if I'm ever in trouble, watch me. I will go be aggressive and I will kill stuff and keep MCanning on 3 bases. However, this 4th base is up and going. A couple cannons here. Is it enough to save it? Is the question. Blinkstalkers coming from this backside. They are going to get this Nexus. And they do get the Nexus. All right. So back to 4 bases goes puCK. 144 to 110 total supply, though. These Blinkstalkers and Disruptors ready to go. Purification Nova does actually hurt buildings, too. And that's it. A GG from MCanning. MCanning is defeated. puCK is victorious. And MCanning has left the game. So, hey, pretty entertaining PvP there. I know it was Blinkstalker Disruptor, which some people don't like, but I found it really fun. Some really good hits there. from both these guys. Both players lost a lot. 23,000 minerals lost, or resources rather, lost for puCK. 136 units to 20,000 total for MCanning. So well played by both these guys. The APM about 270, 290 throughout the game for both of them. Of high level PvP here, which is what I try to do. I know it's a PvP, which means some people don't like it, but hopefully you guys saw puCK and MCanning and said, hey, this was worth it. And I hope you enjoyed your time, because I know that I did. Alrighty then, that's it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. Our weekly PvP was today. You can catch me on Twitter and Facebook, both at /FalconPaladin. And until next time, as always, thanks for watching, and you take care of yourself.